if Palestine refugees continue to face a future in which their destiny is intimately related to the existence or non-existence of UNRWA, then this cannot be the future that any of us would hope for. In particular, also for the youth that is now in our schools, those that will join our schools, and those that are looking for future opportunities in this regard. I will not forget what one of the student parliamentarians in the school in Nerab said to me during one of the meetings we had there. We were sitting around, as we often do, and with many of our colleagues, talking to the members of the student parliament, and he said, really a young man, very articulate, commenting on the fact that as student parliamentarians, they go out to the different students and their families of those who have been so deeply traumatized in Nerab and in Aleppo, and they invest time to try and bring these students back into the school. Because the student was commenting on the fact that we cannot accept that some of our fellow students just sit at home traumatized and will miss out on the education that we all think is so important. And so he described the efforts that they do, sitting down with the parents, sitting with the students, trying to encourage them to come back into the school in this most difficult of environments in Aleppo. But then, when he had finished describing that, he said to me, "And now, Commissioner General, I would like to know what you will be doing about this, because there are insufficient numbers of psychosocial workers in our school environments. We don't understand why there are insufficient number of teachers. We cannot understand why education is at risk year after year. So when we commit in this way, we expect you, Commissioner General, to commit in return." And here, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, this is in all of our fields a responsibility that we have, and it was mentioned very strongly to this generation growing up and deserving of a future as citizens of this world that's a status and a situation that nobody can take away from them. They want to contribute. We saw it in November in this room. Every single visit to our schools shows the determination and the commitment that is in those young people, the aspirations, like in each and every one of us, to have a life in dignity and in contributing to something meaningful. And it is true that we need to look at the concerns around the polarized environments that we operate in. But what is very important when we look at these students is also that we collectively help the world to rediscover the humanity in these students, because these are not just lists of numbers of peoples and that we look at in terms of the polarized environments, the tensions, the conflict, and the discussions around neutrality and others. These are young students that deserve a future, and this is our commitment to them. And thank you once again so much for joining us on this. Thank you so much for believing in the importance of the UNRWA mandate, of showing through your presence, comments, political support, financial commitments and contributions that this is a mission that is worthy to pursue until a proper and just solution has been found.